A new Wall Street Journal report says Saudi Arabia is increasingly confident that Iran was directly tied to the attack. And joining us now is the Foundation for Defense of Democracy's senior research analyst, Varsha Koduvayur. Sorry there. I just want to talk about the main reaction we're seeing to this, right? We saw oil prices spike off of this attack. Now we're seeing things come back down to earth. In your mind, when we look at this, is this kind of the move you would have expected with the way that Saudi Aramco has kind of moved quicker than a lot of people were expecting?
Absolutely, yeah. I think that the initial fears of a very large price spike were sort of unfounded in the sense that right now we have a very liquid oil market. And that's thanks to rising U.S. shale production, but also because global demand right now is cooling given the fears that the economy might be headed towards recession sometime next year, and also the tensions that the U.S.-China trade war have placed on prospects for economic growth. In addition to that, Aramco is really a state-of-the-art company. They have redundancy built into their operations and into their facilities. So they are more than capable of replacing the production that was lost yesterday, around 5.7 million barrels, which is roughly 50% of Aramco's daily output, which is also roughly around 5% of global crude output, was wiped off of the market when the drone attacks happened against the Abqaiq facility. But the fact that Aramco is able to get its facilities back online within weeks rather than months, I think is really a testament to how well they've prepared for such scenarios as a global oil company.
Got it.
Hey, Varsha, it's Heidi here. So there's a lot of speculation out there. There's a lot of unknowns still. But this report that we could see production back online within a couple of weeks, do you think that this is just Saudi Arabia painting a perhaps rosier outlook than a lot of people were thinking, mainly in part because of the Aramco IPO?
I think it's a really valid question. I think it depends on the Saudis' ability to restore all of the damaged infrastructure. But like I said earlier, I think they also have some infrastructure that lies dormant or lies redundant. And it truly may be the case that they're able to get this back online sooner rather than later. That said, I think that you cannot divorce the timing and the targeting of the attacks against Abqaiq from the upcoming Aramco IPO. This is Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman's flagship idea under the Vision 2030 economic reform program. So the fact that an Iran-backed element or Iran directly itself has targeted Aramco is, to me, huge. They're trying to score a symbolic victory over MBS by derailing his signature reform.
And they're responding with getting things back together more quicker than a lot of people had expected. But Varsha, when we talk about the overall geopolitical tensions, whether or not they could have gotten things restored here quicker than a lot of people thought, it doesn't really remove those tensions. Of course, we've seen the U.S. and Iran going back and forth over this issue for quite some time. What do you make about the risk premium being priced in when we look at the oil market, regardless of how quick things have been restored here?
No, absolutely. I completely concur with that. And I think that was also one of the strategic thoughts behind Iran or the Iran-backed elements that attacked Abqaiq. It's to force investors to pause as they consider investing in Aramco. Aramco is the world's most profitable company. It is obviously something that investors are looking at with lots of interest. And whatever Iran can do to give global investors pause by hiking up the geopolitical risk premiums is going to be a victory for them in their Cold War against Saudi Arabia.
All right. Varsha Koduvayur, thank you so much for breaking all that down. Appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.